Madison officials which interfere with the contact. Please remember, spectators are not allowed on sidelines. The Madison Board of Education policy prohibits smoking in school buildings and on school property. Thank you for your cooperation and good sportsmanship.
Good evening for Madison Community Television and Daniel Hand High School Tiger football. This is Kent Sprague with Frank Tordoff. Paul Sprague on the camera tonight, all the way solo, for the third game of the season at Strong Field on September 29th, excuse me, 1995 against the Shelton Gales. The third game of the season. Hand lost their second game last week against Fairfield Prep, 28-14. They won their first game against East Lyme. And the Shelton team has beaten Fairfield Prep by 3 points, and they blew out North Haven last week, 34-0. So this looks like a tough game, Frank.
Looks like a tough game. We've been worried about Hand's defense all along, and as we could see as the players were going out, the two captains, co-captain Mac Dolan is suffering with an injury. Now he's a 3-year starter on defense, so one of the key defensive players is out with a mildly separated shoulder. He'll be back next week, we're told, but he won't be playing at all this game, so already a very struggling defense is going to have to be working a little bit harder with a good man like Mac the Knife out of there.
Mac Dolan plays an outside linebacker position, protecting one of the corners opposite of Eric Becker. So he will be missed. And we have another player out too tonight, right?
Yeah, Andy Parks has been getting a lot of time too. Andy is on the sidelines with basically a broken forearm. It's not a severe break, but it's bad enough so he can't play, certainly. So Andy's going to be out, and he's been getting significant time this year too as a junior.
So we're about ready to begin the third game of the season. Shelton kicks off the hand. Back deep is Bob Duggan, who will field this ball at about the 9-yard line and brings it back to near sideline. And he's hit at the 20, goes forward about the 22.
Well, Bobby did a nice job. When he got to that ball, he didn't immediately pick it up and take off with it. If you noticed, he took his time, he got it, and he kind of eyeballed what he could do. It wasn't much, so he just headed up the sideline to get as many yards as he could, instead of maybe trying to go far side and all that.
Daniel Hand with the first possession of this ball game. We've just begun. Matt Mesa is over the ball at center. Ryan Milligan at quarterback. The fullback is Dan Carroll. The tailback is Darrell Noble. Man in motion is Stan Glenn. And a flag on the first play.
Well, there was a lot of activity down there well before the snap.
Somebody probably moved early, or two men moved at the same time.
Yes, indeed. And it's going to go against Hand. So they'll be starting the first down over again at 15 to go. Going to see what's going to happen down there. The Shelton team obviously has not given up a lot of points this year, for having wiped out and held to a shutout the North Haven team.
That takes it back to 1st and 15. Split wide right is Bob Duggan with single coverage on that side, and Duggan has been the big receiver for Hand. Milligan hands off to Darrell Noble, who's coming to the left.
Just about the line of scrimmage, that thing closed down very tight. Right off the bat, there was no room at all on that.
They gave him about a yard gain, but not much. And the ball is spotted at about the 18. Greg Welby is split wide to the right this time. Carroll and Noble in the backfield. Pitch wide to Darrell Noble, and he's hit in the backfield, and he will lose yardage.
He's smothered back there. Now, kind of interesting. Hand normally will take their pitches to the right. Most of the time, these two plays have been to the left side there.
They ran that to the short side of the field, and Darrell Noble had no place to go at all. Lost yardage, so that's going to spot the ball back at about the 14.
Very, very aggressive Shelton line up there. Those front boys look pretty good size. Try to get some weights and measures on them.
We now have 3rd and long for Hand. Bob Duggan split wide right. And Milligan rolling right, looking for Duggan. Now he overthrows him. Incomplete pass. That'll bring up 4th down for Hand. 3 and out on their first possession.
Yeah, that was a tough series right there, deep in their own territory, and they're going to have to give the ball up. I'll see how the punting game's going to do with the pursuit after that.
Hand has not punted much in their first two games of the year. Mike Hominick is standing right on the goal line. He will hit it between the goal line and the 5. And Shelton drops one man deep and two in front of him, and the ball is snapped high and recovered in the end zone by Shelton for a touchdown.
Oh, man.
It's a high snap that Mike Hominick could not handle, and is recovered in the end zone for a touchdown by Shelton.
That's very, very unfortunate right there. Again, showing a little bit of last year's long snapper, and for 2 years before that, the long snapper basically was Tim Hevesy, and this year it's a real skill that has to be learned, and they're working hard on it, but it's a tough one, particularly back on your goal line. You see just exactly that kind of thing can happen.
The conversion try by Shelton.
Shorty guy, coach. Left wing.
Snap back, placed down, and knuckleball hit up and through for the conversion.
Wasn't
7-0 for Shelton.
Yeah. Minute and 30 seconds into the game, and it's
We played a minute and a half, and Shelton's on the board.
Well, that's what you call giving them a handicap to start with.
Well, I used to have a coach, Frank, that said you can't come from behind till you get behind.
That's true, too. I always rather be the other guy trying to force their way back up the hill, but now Hans Crew is going to get an opportunity to build some metal, as they say.
Dropped back deep to receive this second kickoff is Darrell Noble and Bob Duggan. The first one is a fairly long kick that Duggan fielded and picked up inside the 10. The ball is teed up on the near hash mark, and they're going to kick it to this side of the field. They're trying to keep it away from Noble. It looks like this is fielded at about the 13, and Duggan brings it across the 20.
That kick went about the same distance the last one, to about the 15-yard line, and this time the pursuit was even a little bit tighter on that, and Bobby only made it about 5 yards up.
That's just about where Hand started their first series and didn't get anything out of it, and ended up losing the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, almost an instant replay of the first kickoff.
First down for Hand at the 21. Two men split wide right. That's Duggan and Glenn. And there's Noble. Noble carries it for maybe a yard, but a lot of defense there. Over right guard, right tackle.
However, there's a little better penetration that time by the offensive line. Got a little bit more moving out there, so hopefully they'll get their feet under him and be able to start something here.
Eric Becker brings in a play. Dan Glenn comes out for this one. The linemen on the right side of the line for Hand are Chad Taylor, 75, and Vero Kishwala, 76. Handed off to the first man, Carroll, who breaks through. Carroll carrying a man with him, first down Hand up near the 40.
All right, nice quick snap on that. The lineman did a nice job of opening up enough of a seam for on that buck play to be able to get Danny up through that. So Danny started some offense for us.
Safety had to make the tackle on Dan Carroll, who took it for a first down at the 39.
Yeah, that was close to a face mask, too, on the safety. Not much left behind if you could have made that turn.
Hand is out of the hole a little bit on this second possession. And the first man is Carroll again, and he takes it right to the 40. Gain about a yard.
Same play. Okay, some more changing of numbers going in and out there.
Got Dan Anderson in the game.
Glenn comes out, so see if Anderson has something to add to the mix in there.
That looks like a double tight end almost, doesn't it? No, single tight end.
Yeah.
Dan Anderson is the tight end on the far side. Ryan Milligan looking to throw, and it's thrown to Duggan. Complete pass. Nice catch. Short of a first down by about 2 or 3.
Nice job on that by Duggan.
Bob Duggan had a big game against Fairfield Prep last week. He was the primary receiver for Milligan.
Bobby's got great hands out there. Good athlete. A lot of very, very mature senior on the ball team.
They're down about 3 for Hand. Hand needs the first down here to keep it again. Milligan pitches wide to Noble.
Nice
Noble
move.
cuts back and got the first down. Still going to the 45.
Nice job.
A defensive man was clearing the backfield, but Darrell Noble dodged him.
There was almost a corner blitz on that. So had a wide open shot coming in, so he was taking it. Darrell did a nice job of cutting on the inside of him, and he got a lot out of a play that may not have gone a long way without his help.
Darrell Noble takes it for a first down just across the 45 and in Shelton's territory for the first time. A delay to Noble, and he doesn't get much. Right near the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's the center positions in there by Shelton are really holding their own very, very well.
Darrell Noble on a tough run gained about a foot and a half.
Han's going to have to change their blocking schemes a little bit as they come off the line. That's going to be hard. According to the weights and measures chart here, the nose tackle in there is 300 pounds.
He's a big boy, right in the middle, right over the center, who is Matt Mesa.
It says 350. I hope that's kilograms or something, not pounds.
And Milligan still got it, looking to throw. Now he's going to bring it down, trying to get the corner. And he goes down the corner for a good gain.
Oh, he tight-roped his way down the line, but
I didn't see where he stepped out, Frank. Where'd they mark it?
right about on the, almost at the down marker as far as first down goes. So what did he get, about 8 yards on that carry?
About 9.
9?
Yeah. Looks like the referee signaled first down to the across the 35.
Okay, we'll take it. That looked like a little bit of a generous spot, but I couldn't quite tell where he went out of bounds either. He tight-roped down that line. He did a great job.
And first possession, or second possession, excuse me. Handed off to Noble right up the middle, behind the center and right guard, and gains about 5. Down to the 30.
Nice movement in there. Nice.
When Shelton tackles, they tackle with about 5 players.
Yeah, they close on the ball awfully well out there. Very well drilled team, as you can see. I don't know, they've got a
That was better blocking ahead of that, though, because Taylor and Kishwalla on that right side cleared out. I noticed in it, excuse me. Oh, right, hit right at the line of scrimmage, nothing.
No one, absolutely zero.
I'm trying to figure out who the tight end is, Frank. I thought I saw 78. That would be James Kingsley.
78 wouldn't be any.
I think it's 76. I think it's Anderson. Or 36, excuse me. Third down and 5 for him. Milligan to the right, and there's a man that's got him.
Nice
pitching. He pitches back to Noble. Noble's pinned in. After all of that, Hand is going to lose a couple of 3.
Well, that one, nice thinking out there. Milligan had the keeper, but he had the man on the fly outside. Pat flipped it out there, but it wasn't any place to go even with that.
The defense strung it out, and there was still a man watching Darrell Noble if he got the pitch, so Noble had no place to go. This is 4th and long, 4th and 8 for Hand.
Well, they're going and not
They will go for it because they're inside the 35.
Expect it in the air.
Milligan looking to throw. Now he unloads. Complete pass to Glenn.
A little bit short.
They're going to be short of a first down. That'll turn it back to Shelton, but down about the 26.
Well, we're about to see Shelton with their first offensive play, although they've already been spotted 7 points on the board. But Hand got it down there. There was some nice action on that drive, and they sputtered and died near the end there. But,
fundamentally, Shelton looks very sound on defense. They cover everybody.
And they close well, as we've already said.
Shelton with the ball at the 26. On their first offensive drive, although they've already scored, run to the right side, and it's hit with a very little gain. Kishwalla is the first man there.
That is Steve Silsnick is the runner for Shelton on that one. He's the one that's very highly touted. He's got a lot of yardage so far this year for him.
Chris Gavin, 69, and Tim Sullivan, number 9, were also both in on that tackle. But Kishwalla is the one that cut it down.
Nice
and
job.
I noticed that 69, Chris Gavin is playing the position that Mac Dolan normally handles. Run up the middle, and he is hitting near the line of scrimmage. Falls forward. Kishwalla's got him low. Short gain only a yard or so.
Well,
about 3rd and 6 coming up.
Taking it right to the throat of the defense is what they've done with those two plays. And so far, the boys are doing okay.
3rd and 6 yards to go, and Shelton splits a man wide each side of the field. I formation. Quarterback rolling left, looking to throw. Now he throws back across the middle, and it's complete, and it's right near the first down marker.
Yeah, it should be a first down by the look of it.
Where they spotted it, I believe they should have it.
Just barely, but...
that was a good pass route run by the receiver. He got just deep enough to make sure he had the first down.
Yeah, very typical tight end play is what that was. Just came in, popped in behind the line at the first down marker position, and the way it's supposed to run with a tight end in there. Nice job.
Dan Anderson, Matt Mesa, and Ryan Connolly are the 3 down men in the middle of the line for Ham. Quarterback still got it, looking to throw.
Yeah,
looking to the right side, complete pass across the 40, tackled out of bounds by Kishwalla.
Very nice job on chasing that down by Kishwalla, because that was the fullback coming out. He faked his block and came on out as a floater, and he was able to get the ball on.
About a 7-yard gain, brings up 2nd and 3, long 3 for Shelton. We've got black versus white out here tonight. Shelton is in the white, the visiting team, and a run up the middle, and now goes to the far side, and the man breaks tackles. A good run across the 45 where he's finally brought down by number 20 over there, Monroe. Jeff Monroe makes the tackle finally.
He was the corner on his side and went all the way across and followed the play and brought him down. Nice effort by Monroe to bring that down.
That will make it a first down, however, for Shelton at the 44. High formation and a run to the right. And the one man, that's Monroe, got a hold of him early.
And Becker came in to put the coup de grace on him. But,
Jeff Monroe went across the line of scrimmage and hit his man, slowed him up, and Eric Becker finished it. 3-yard gain.
Super K was in the bottom end of that, too, out there, so nice job. And again, that was the high kicker out there, Steve Zinski.
Shelton with a delay over the left side, and he is submarine. That was Eric Becker who put a shoulder in him and turned him upside down.
We've seen Eric do a couple of nice sticks in there already. Nice going in there. Danny Glenn's got the corner on the far side. See if we got everybody mentioned so far.
Ball right outside the 40. That'll bring up 3rd and 7 for Shelton. And Shelton scored early in this game on a turnover by hand. Quarterback rolling right.
Tight end was in motion, and they
was there. Thrown and almost intercepted. Tim Sullivan gets a hand on it.
Sullivan was close. He didn't expect to see that coming.
Mauro Kishwalla had dropped that far back from a linebacking position. Bobby Duggan was behind it, but that one might have been an interception. Had someone been just a little bit further over.
And could have used that turnover themselves. Now,
4th down and 6 for between 6 and 7. Shelton in punt formation. Hand is dropping Duggan and Carroll.
This is conservative.
High snap. No, it's kicked in a beautiful high spiral. And it's going to bounce sideways and be down just outside the 5 at about the 7.
Sullivan out there called for the fair catch, but it drifted away from him.
I thought that ball, when he let it bounce, would probably go in the end zone, but instead it bounced sideways.
It did. Took a sideways, almost a directly sideways motion on that. You don't see that angle very often.
We have just over a minute left in the first quarter. Shelton scored early. They lead 7-0. Hand deep in their own territory. This time a good hole for Danny Carroll, it looks like. No, that's Noble. Noble
yeah.
takes it out to the 15. About a 9-yard gain.
That hole opened up quite well in there for him. You could see him running right at us on that.
Gained almost 9.
Carroll, of course, accelerates so nice and fast. He gets a little daylight, and his first 2 steps are so quick, he's at full speed by the time he gets going.
This time Walby and Glenn are both split to the left. Noble and Carroll are behind Ryan Milligan. Handed off to Darrell Noble, who breaks through. Got a first down. Got a first down plus about 3 or 4 more.
Well, that's nice to get out of the real dangerous area down there again.
They got it up to about the 22. Dan Anderson brings in a play. And the first quarter runs out rather quickly with Shelton leading hands, 7-0.
Yeah, Shelton only had the one possession with it. Weren't able to do a lot with it, but they're ahead on the board, 7-0.
Okay, second quarter with Hand a first down at the 22. And it's a reverse back to the other direction with Dan Carroll carrying, but he doesn't get much yardage. Gains a couple.
Different play.
About 3 yards.
Don't see that very much, but got a little bit out of it. There's one thing we can say this year, Hand's a little less predictable than they've been in prior years.
Well, you can be pretty predictable when you get the big horses up front.
That's right. And that's exactly the situation, I believe, is that you got to be a little more tricky when...
Hand does not have the experience this year. Give them another year or two and they'll have some awfully good linemen there. The naked reverse and Ryan Milligan to the right side. A good gain, stiff arm, finally thrown out of bounds. But a big gainer. He's across the 40.
Oh, a nice job. Ryan.
That's somewhere in the neighborhood of a 15-yard gain, 16-yard gain.
What he was really looking for, Bobby Dugging was slanting deep out here over towards him, same side, but quite deep. He was looking to throw it out there, but he saw everything quite wide open.
Shelton had a lot of defensive men that went up near the line of scrimmage, and they had to all chase that play.
They did, and they did a nice stiff arm by Ryan.
Pitch wide to Darrell Noble, who cuts back, and he goes forward for maybe 3 across the 45.
Came on, kind of juked the defense a little bit, otherwise he wouldn't have gotten anything off of that play.
They pitched it deep to Darrell Noble, who has a chance to field a ball and look for the hole ahead of him. Last week, Fairfield Prep kept tackling the ball when Noble carried it, and they were able to jar it out of his arms a couple of times. Motion man is Dan Glenn. And Milligan goes to the left. Now he's looking for Glenn out there. Knocked down. Good defensive play by Shelton.
Long pass to try to attempt from way over on this side.
That was Bob Duggan, I guess, that pass was aimed for.
That's right. Bobby was over on that side. He was running out of room quickly over there, but Milligan was really having to throw that 2/3 of the field, and gives the defensive play a lot of time to close.
And that's a tough one. Rolling left, throwing left. 3rd down and 7 for Hand. And Milligan still got it, looking to throw. Throws the ball, incomplete pass, out of bounds. Aimed for Glenn. Bringing up 4th down. Fourth and 7. Hand is in their own territory. They dropped their punter, Mike Hominick, and the first one was an adventure. Hominick is back deep in punt formation. Snap this time is a little bit low, and he barely gets it out of there, but a good spiral over the receiver's head. man retreats to receive the punt. A lot of black shirts around him. Brings it back up to near the 25.
Yeah, he got about 10 or 12 yard return on that, but boy, what a beautiful kick once he got
That was a beautiful spiral, low spiral that went over the receiver's head. And that punt was a bit of an adventure. That punt was, or the snap was low. Dominic had a little trouble getting it off of the grass.
Well, the first one was high, second one was low, next one will be right at the numbers.
That was very close to being blocked back there.
It sure was.
Ball at the 25, 10-10 left in the second quarter. Shelton leading Hand 7-0. And
Nice.
Run to the right side, and that one is stopped. And Nick Ricano, number 30, inside linebacker, met that play.
Ryan Connolly was on that too. He was on that something fierce.
Connolly is the nose tackle, and right behind him is Ricano. Dan Anderson is getting a lot of time as one of the defensive linemen. He's number 36. 52 is Matt Mesa. Ryan Connolly is right opposite the center. And ball carrier bounces off. One man carries forward. Finally, the ball is stripped. And down, fumble.
Hand should have it.
And Hand has the ball.
Yeah.
It's recovered by Dan Carroll.
Well, what number 24 Sisnick tried to do then is get a little extra second effort going once he was being wrapped. And Hand was able to strip the ball out of there. Nice job.
And that's what sometimes happens to Darrell Noble when he's trying to get that extra yardage. You got one man hanging on to him, and somebody else comes in and punches the ball loose. Dan Carroll recovers the fumble. And first down at the 37. We have 9:17 left in the first half. Ryan Milligan hands off to Darrell Noble. Got a bit of a hole. And it closes quickly with a gain of about 2.
A little bit of a delay on that, but it worked. It looked like Ryan was going to be going back, and it did kind of freeze the linebackers. They had to stay back there for a while. But you have to come back so far in that sometimes. You've got to make up the distance to the scrimmage line before you start getting the positive count, and they close too quickly for that.
On the left side of the line is Todd McLaughlin. I can't pick up who the left tackle is. Milligan rolling right, looking to throw. There's his man. Nice catch by Greg Walby. Should give him a first down there at the 25.
Nice job.
Greg Walby went high in the air and brought that one down right in front of the defender. Gives his Hand a first down at the 26.
He did a great job keeping his eye on that ball and then bringing it in, tucking away. Not worrying about the man who's likely to bring him down, but as soon as he brought it in, he protected his reps and was satisfied with the 15-yard gain.
On the left side of the line is 59, Nate Fisher, lineman there. He's the one I couldn't get his number before. Glenn motion, there's a flag. And Hand thinks that Shelton jumped offside. Let's see what we got. Offside, Shelton.
All right, well, we'll check those 5 yards.
Takes it down near the 20. First and 5 now, just outside the 20. Dan Anderson is in at a fullback for this play. Glenn in motion left. And Noble carries the ball forward right behind the blockers.
He's too fucking wide.
The whole pile moved forward for 2 or 3 yards.
And Nate Fisher moving it forward, doing a good job.
About 3-yard gain by Darrell Noble. Second and about 1.5 yards. Eric Becker's slot right this time. Now Becker's in motion to the left and handed off to Noble, and Noble hits a man right near the 15, and that may be a first down, however. Should be where the referee got it spotted.
Oh, they haven't moved the marker yet.
First down, there it is.
Sir, we'll take it.
First down right at the 20.
Now, those 2 yards aren't very big, but by golly, they're important at that point.
They only needed a yard and a half, and that was all he got. This time, Hand puts trips left. 3 receivers to the left, including Darrell Noble. Noble's in the slot left.
This could be
He may run a streak for the end zone, but there's a trap back. Dan Carroll heading for the end zone.
He's going to get
Carroll
there.
sheds 2 tackles and takes it in. Dan Carroll broke 2 tackles on that run. Back to the right as Hand showed 3 receivers to the left, and then they came back to the right with Carroll.
Boy, I tell you, that was nifty play calling as far as I'm concerned.
That was, and a tough, hard-nosed run by Dan Carroll. And Carroll had a super game against Fairfield Prep. He was all over the field, both offense and defense.
He, again, is a senior runner out there, and he shows so much maturity running. Last year he was doing well. This year even much, much more.
Jim Willis in to try the conversion, kicks it up, and puts it through. Jim Willis ties the game, 7-7 at 6:32 left before the half.
Well, that was a nice series, and they're helped by a 5-yard penalty, but that wasn't the whole kicker in that thing by any stretch of the imagination. And showed some nifty play calling. You can't call them razzle-dazzle, but certainly things you're not used to seeing from Daniel Hand. It was executed quite well, I think.
That was an excellent possession by Hand, the whole thing. From behind, they got scored on early in the first minute and a half on a turnover, a fumble snap on a punt out of the end zone, and they have come back and tied this game up 7-7. This is a short kick to the left side by Willis. It's going to hit and bounce out of bounds at about the 20.
Well, they'll have a choice of the 30.
I think Jimmy Willis got a divot on that kick.
I think so. You don't see that from Jimmy very much, but they've got a chance of either kicking over or taking it on the 35. See which way they call it. Oh, Jimmy the foot's not going to be real happy with that. They're going to take it on the 35.
They're going to take it on the 35. That's probably a good decision by Shelton, because Willis has the ability to hit that ball deep, even if it's 5 yards deeper to kick it.
Jimmy, a lot of times, even when he's doing kickoffs like that, likes to also try for accuracy and try to get through the goalpost, which would be one hefty 70-yard kick if he got it in. But he may do that sometime.
We have 6.5 minutes left in the first half. Shelton with the ball back. And a run to the left side, and finally he's wrapped up by Eric Becker, bounces off of one tackler.
Eric Becker
Short gain.
Got one hand on him and really pushed his feet to get up there with a second, wrapped him, brought him down.
Eric Becker makes the tackle, 2-yard gain. The ball is between the 37 and 38. Shelton has a man split wide each side. Now the quarterback looking for the one on the right side, being pursued by Becker, and it's almost tipped there.
Yeah, Danny Carroll did tip it. Yeah. He did tip it. It was didn't get a lot on it, but it was enough to change the motion of the ball in its flight. And otherwise, it was right in the receiver's hands.
If Dan Carroll were a couple inches taller, he might have had an interception there.
He was close. Tell you, it was good protection for the quarterback, though. A couple of hand players trying very hard to get in there.
That will bring up 3rd and long for Shelton. So we may see another pass play on this one. This is the situation. Sometimes you see teams have a screen pass or something of that nature. They have 2 receivers to the right. Quarterback looking right, and now he's being pursued. And the quarterback is going to run with it. And there's a vicious block on Dan Anderson.
Dan Anderson got almost blindsided. That was close to being a clip down there.
I was looking to see if there was going to be a flag come in, but I believe it was a legal hit. Anderson didn't see it coming, however.
Absolutely did not see that thing coming, but I'll tell you, he bounced up off of that thing. He's hearing his bell ringing a little bit right now, and the coaches are bringing him off.
So a good run by the quarterback, who gets a first down across midfield to the 47.
But guess what? When a running back does something like that, he better watch out.
It's run to the right side, and now cut back in, and a gain of about 9.
Eric Becker bringing him down. He came from this far side over here to cross the field to bring the play down. Eric Becker's getting some pretty good tackling points in this game.
So that was almost a 9-yard gain by Shelton.
Mark Bogami coming in.
Plenty of time for Shelton. We're down to 5:15 left before the half. And handed off to the first man, and he is tackled by Eric Becker, it looks like.
And Matt Mesa.
Matt Mesa, 52, not 42. Matt Mesa came in and hit his man, but enough for a first down. First down at the 36.
Just about the 36, right. Well, we got some sort of a
We've got a
technical difficulty with
here.
the sticks.
Our referee is trying to straighten out the chains on the far sideline, it looks like.
Well,
and the referees are getting a lot of help from the coaching staff of Shelton over there.
I don't know. I think they may want him to be wrapped around because it shortens the chain up. A little technical. Okay, back in play?
Back in play. Took them a long time to unravel the chains over there. First down for Shelton. Ball to 36. Quarterback hands off to tailback, and he's hit right near the line of scrimmage. Carries forward for a yard.
Now we had
wrapped up by number 59 there by hand.
Nate Fisher and
Fisher.
Super K Keshwaller in on that. Nice job.
Short gain, less than a yard.
Boys are holding their own pretty well in there, and they're very heavily outweighed in there in the line. So they're getting a pretty good exercise tonight.
Shelton with a man split wide each side, and the quarterback looking to the right, being pursued from behind, and he's going to be snowed under.
Holding two out there.
Was that a flag that came in, or was it a referee just spotting a location?
Maybe it was a location on it, yeah. I thought I saw holding out there. A double team on...
A holding play, the quarterback stopped and started to turn back and saw about 3 black shirts coming in him.
He did. That was nice lateral pursuit by hand. They couldn't come in deep, but the lateral pursuit held them back. It's going to be third and real long.
They're going to refuse that penalty because there was a loss on the play. There was a loss of 7 or 8 yards. Third and long for Shelton. Quarterback looking to throw.
Looking wide open.
And he's being pursued from behind.
Moved out of his pocket. He
finally gets rid of it. And a complete pass. Down near the 20.
That's too bad from Hand, really.
And Hand almost had the quarterback, but he did get it away. Finally tackled by Walby and Monroe.
I'll tell you, that tight end is a big boy, 6'2", 195 pounds. I don't know, I almost think that those numbers lie. He looks a lot bigger than that out there.
First down for Shelton at the 20. We have 3.5 minutes left in the first half. And it's handed off right up the middle. Man carries forward a little bit. Connolly's got him around the ankle. With about a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, we're seeing the boys are holding pretty well out there, but just looking up these numbers, every number I'm looking up basically for an interior lineman on the white shirts is over 200 pounds. So the boys are doing well.
Shelton has 2 men split to the left. And now delay up the middle again, and they're getting good success up the middle. Takes it near the 10 and near a first down. Bottom of that tackle is Connolly again.
Blocking scheme that time did what it was supposed to do.
And that's close enough that they're going to measure to see if Shelton got the first down just outside the 10.
Not quite.
The measurement showed that Shelton was about 4 or 5 inches short, but it's only third down coming up, so they got 2 cracks at it to get the first down here, just outside the 10. Tight formation for Shelton. Everybody in close. Looks like a power running type formation.
Probably a QB sneak, probably.
And a quarterback sneak or hand it off right up the middle.
No, Going to
And is
24.
swinging to the right, and finally he gets forward a little bit. But Monroe made the hit behind the line of scrimmage. He just couldn't bring him down back there.
Well, matter of fact, he was going for the ball. Monroe had his hands on the ball, and you know, that's almost the same way as a tackle because the tailback was holding on as tight as he could, so he wasn't going to let go.
The ball is just inside the 10. They made about a yard on that last run, but a first down, first and goal. We have just outside of 2 minutes left in the first half. Plenty of time for Shelton. Pitch wide right this time, and the defensive man cuts the interference down. Bob Duggan got nailed over there, blocked completely out of the play, and that left the corner wide open for Shelton.
Yeah, it almost was what they call a crackback block on that thing, and that is very close to being illegal in many situations. But it worked then and closed him out.
Shelton scores for the second time with 1:58 left in the first half. They're leading 13-7 with a conversion try coming. Good snap, good placement. There's a flag down, though, on the conversion try. The referee throws a flag on the far side.
Flag on the play.
The referee looking right down the line of scrimmage to call that.
Well, they'll do a redo.
Move it back 5 and try it again.
Yeah.
That's not going to be any problem on distance for this kicker.
No, but you know, there's always a chance for a miscue, right? I mean, coaches hate to take the points off the board when you get them there. So this starts to make
now
it.
The extra point is going to be like a 26-yard field goal almost.
That's right.
Good snap, good placement. Kicked up and...
All right, he went through. Again, he didn't have a ball on it.
That was a knuckleball.
Yeah. But you know, there wasn't any movement. The hand wasn't able to penetrate the line at all. I don't know if they were trying to very hard, but nobody was able to get in there and get it in. Yeah, because that didn't have a very high trajectory on that.
The clock shows 1:58 left in the first half, and Shelton set to kick off back to hand.
Now, let's see. How the boys
Back deep for Bob Duggan and Darrell Noble. Noble's on the far side. So far, they've kicked it every time to
the hand has switched sides on it from the way it's being kicked. So this
and that one's near the sideline on the far side. Noble feels at about the 16, breaks it forward, brings it across the 30 to about the 32.
Nice. What happened? I don't know if it was just standard operating procedure for the Gales, but they, again, teed it up on the right hash mark. But Hand this time changed the position of the return people.
They switched Bobby Duggan and Darrell Noble to receive that one. So Noble got a chance to return. Up to the 32. Clock is running with 1:45 left before the half. And with Duggan and Glenn to the right. Dan Carroll at fullback. Ryan Milligan rolling right, looking to throw. Now he throws it. Incomplete pass, saving for Bob Duggan coming back on the sideline.
It was very, very low and in front of Bob.
He wouldn't have gotten much yardage had that been completed.
No, he may not have gotten any.
Slot up the middle, and he was open. Slot up the middle was open. Slot up the seam. The seam was wide open. The seam was wide open to watch that.
Another score of interest. High school football in the second quarter. It's Cheshire 16, Southington nothing.
Well, they're just announcing that big game up in Cheshire tonight where I guess the whole world is up there with cameras.
Cheshire is rolling again.
This
Second and 10
game,
for
it's
him.
a new state record is what that is all about.
Ryan Milligan, the man in on him, and now he unloads, and that may be intercepted. It is intercepted by number 32. Run back, and finally he tackled down at the 44.
Number 32,
Albie and Glenn finally make the tackle, but the Gales have the ball back with 1:17 left on the clock before the half.
Not a real strong throw out there by Ryan. He didn't get much on that.
That one may have gotten slipped out of his hand a little bit.
I think it really had that action to it.
It was a little bit of a wounded duck.
What's the clock run? Is the clock running?
The clock is running.
Oh,
And
but Danny
Shelton
Glenn
is
did a
in
nice
no
job.
big hurry to get up to the line of scrimmage. Oh, they got the ball at the 44. We're now inside of a minute. Becker going in for the man. Complete pass being dragged down by Sullivan. That's a first down and a gain of about 13. Down near the 30.
I'll tell you, that kid's 6'4", 225 who caught that.
Tim Sullivan makes the tackle and was hanging on for dear life.
Eric Becker did a nice job crashing through there.
The clock is rolling here. Frank, why would they not take time out?
Well, that's an interesting one to think about. They, they're just not interested in breaking momentum.
They haven't used any timeouts yet. And the quarterback still got it, rolling to the right, looking to throw long. Here's a long pass heading from the end zone. Bobby Duggan with beautiful coverage down in the end zone. No way that could be completed.
The receiver was open there for a while. Bobby closed nicely and got beautiful position on it.
Bob Duggan had good enough position that the receiver then played defense and knocked it away from Duggan. 22 seconds left in the half.
Bobby D's a real heavy.
Second down and long. And we just heard the Shelton coaches say, same play.
Well, they're sending a different receiver out this time.
So number one on the right side is going to the end zone again, and that's where he's going down there. It's not quite the same play. That's Bob Duggan makes the tackle down near the 10.
14 seconds showing, and
14 seconds, complete pass. That was not the man in the end zone. That was the second man.
No, he was the under receiver. He goes down and cuts along the seam of the zone is what happens with him. Wide open.
The ball is at the 11. Shelton has just used their first timeout of the first half, and they're within striking range. Only 14 seconds left. After that timeout by Shelton, they have 14 seconds. If the ball stays in bounds on this play, they'll probably call another timeout very quickly.
Another
quarterback looking to throw across the middle, and it's knocked down. Incomplete pass near the goal line. That's Walby got a hand on it.
Ran 6 seconds off the clock that time. So there's still time for another one.
8 seconds, almost. 8 seconds left.
If it's another pass that goes incomplete, they probably could still get another play away.
And
timeout.
Shelton decides not to take their timeouts in the locker room at halftime. They'll use the second one, even though that was an incomplete pass, which stopped the clock. They're going to talk over this probably last play of the half.
Well, they've been moving the ball down, but it was in bits and pieces. A couple of big plays here and there has done the job for the Shelton Gales so far.
Oh, get in the huddle. Get in the huddle. Get in the huddle. There's no more time in the clock. Get in the huddle.
Shelton up over the ball.
Coach, we're not doing anything. They're running it down to 8 seconds.
The clock is going to have to be reset before they start this play, apparently. Reset back to 8 seconds from 7, which might be important if they don't score on this play. Might give them time for another play.
They had plenty of time to discuss what they're going to do, but the players are still kind of confused.
It's a second down play, and if they run a quick play, they could probably get off 2. Quarterback rolling to the right, looking across the middle, and it's an incomplete pass.
4 seconds left.
And they've got one more play in the half. 4 seconds left on the clock. That was a high throw, probably the tight end, wasn't it?
Was the tight end. Very interesting. Maybe
right down the middle.
Hand almost doesn't have any tight end plays, and Shelton's got a whole bunch that they're using tight end on. They've got some big boys doing that too out there.
Shelton got one more play. 4 seconds left in the half. One more shot at the end zone here. And it looks like they brought out their kicker.
Oh, how about that?
And Shelton has their kicker out for a field goal try. It's spotted at the 18, which would make it a 28-yard field goal.
Well, he just made really about a 25-yard.
He can kick it that far. It's a high snap, and
nice
it's blocked. And they do not score. And Eric Becker blew right at the kicker. I don't know if he got a hand on that, but if he didn't, he sure disturbed it.
He sure did. He got right in the way of it. He had the right angle and everything, so he wouldn't cause a penalty. came through there. Nice job. I'm sure it went...
So Eric Becker messes up that last play, and Shelton is turned away. Although they lead 14-7 at the half, we will now break for halftime. The Daniel Hand High School band will be out, and we'll be back after that with the second half.
Here, ladies, with some carpet selections. Kate Gardner, Kate Heritage, and Greg Hill to read the band downfield to the band truck railroad hit from the 70s. We're an American band.
Two stats of the first half, right?
Yeah, we gave a few numbers. Very, very unofficial here by trying to do them ourselves. But anyway, give us at least a rough idea. Daryl Noble we have down for about 36 yards positive. He was thrown for a couple of negatives out there, too. Danny Carroll's got 42. And then we've got Ryan Milligan for about 27. So not a real outstanding production so far, but a little over 100 yards for the first period. Also had roughly 3 for 7 in passing, with Glenn getting 4 yards, Duggan 7, and Walby 15.
And Willis hits it high and short. It's going to be fielded at about the 28 and run to the far sideline. And going to be bulldogged out of bounds by Matt Mesa.
I noticed down there at halftime they were doing some lot of long snap practicing between Mason and Hominick down there.
That was an interesting kick because Jim Willis took a short run up on that kickoff. He did not kick it very deep, but I wonder if that was planned.
I would say to some degree it must have been, plus you got a very high loft on that. So a lot of hang time on that particular kick. And it may be something
Gales take over the ball at the 36. And they're running to the left. And the man's got a good hole, and around the corner, heading deep, and Greg Walby finally bulldogs him down with a long gain.
Well,
that's a gain of about 30.
Sisnick there, he decided to take on Walby. If he had turned on the afterburners, he might have gone all the way instead of trying to take on the tackler.
They're down to the 34. That was a run from the backfield that was sort of a misdirection. The man came back to the near side, and the blocking was very good ahead of it.
It really was. Plus, they by running the misdirection, hand players were already kind of committed to the opposite direction, and they got outmanned on the blocking.
Shelton with a wide set this time, and Eric Becker slows his man up in the backfield, and finally he's taken out of bounds on the near sideline. But Eric Becker was the man in the backfield that kind of messed that play up for him.
He really did. He came in, filled the hole, and actually got his hands on the running back, but he didn't have enough leverage to be able to bring him down. But it did change the whole scheme of the play that way. What I like to see, too, is Eric. He was on the ground. He jumped up as quick as he could and followed the play. That kind of second effort is what all the young kids should be watching for.
Second down and 12, a loss of 2 there, and the quarterback is rolling to the right, looking to throw, and now he gets rid of it. And intercepted by Bob Duggan. Duggan on the far sideline, takes it out of bounds near the 30.
Bobby D.
Bob Duggan with excellent coverage over there.
Well, he had his eye on that ball all the way. I think the quarterback certainly was telegraphing where he wanted to go with that. But he was getting pressure, too, at the end of his run to the right side.
So a turnover for Hand. And the ball back to the 30, where they get the ball for the first time in the second half. Dan Carroll at fullback, Daryl Noble at tailback. Pitch to Noble, swinging wide. And Kishwalla gets a kick-out block. Mario Kishwalla blocked a man outside who was charging hard into the backfield, in the Hand's backfield.
Yeah,
if he had not made that block, that would have gone for a loss of 4 instead of a gain of 4.
The Super K did a nice job, showing some growth and maturity right there.
Second and 6.
A new pep song down there, Paul.
And it off to, that looks like a fumble right in the middle of the line, and Shelton recovers. Dan Carroll gets the ball knocked out of his hand.
Dan's very, very sure-handed normally, and it's just the way he happened to be bucking the line and came up. I could see his hand with the ball in it, and it just hit a helmet is what happened. Knocked it out. Well, there was a tit for tat, as they say.
Pair of turnovers back and forth, but Shelton now has the ball, 36. And a pitch to the left, and a good run. They get a lot of blocking ahead of that play, and it's heading for the end zone. And Bobby Duggan comes over and makes the man right at the line, right at the goal line, but cannot prevent the score.
Welby had a shot at him also, went high, wasn't able to bring him down. He's a very short and compact runner down there. Poor Shelton.
That was a good run down the sideline.
Great blocking.
He runs very heavy down there for a man. In the book it says he's 175, but I think he's probably a little heavier than that by the look of him. But he runs hard.
That extends Shelton's lead to 2 touchdowns. 20-7 with the conversion try coming. And it's a snap over the holder's head. And Van Carroll goes back and makes a short tackle at the 32. So that conversion try is no good. Score is 20-7 with 9:34 left, third quarter.
Oh, what's kind of interesting on that one was Danny Carroll was the one coming in on the pressure. If he had been able to get to that ball first, he would have taken it all the way down, which would have been pretty nice makeup for having fumbled the ball. But
Well, Han finds themselves in a hole that they need to see if they can get back on the scoreboard.
Well, all the prognosticators, I think, were figuring that there was going to be a much more of a problem with this game so far, but Hand is sticking in there nice and tough.
In on the kick return team are Ed Brew, number 70 in a blocking position. Colin Johnson, 28.
Chad
Back
Taylor.
deep are Noble and Duggan. Duggan is to the far side, and it's kicked over on his side of the field. Duggan fields at about the 16, and he's swinging back to the near side and brings it up to the 26.
That pursuit coming down the field was outstanding. I didn't see who came down on the far side, but Bob wanted to try to get up on that far side, and it was closed off big time.
We got a penalty on the return back. I didn't see the flag, Frank, but
No, I didn't
it's
either.
a penalty against Hand on the run back.
I didn't see it at all.
One play.
Never did see a signal there, but it must have been an illegal block. First down for Hand, clear back at the 10.
A long field right now.
Darryl Noble right in the middle of the line, and he gains only a yard or two.
Number 77 outside.
Gave him about 1 yard gain.
Yeah, that's a generous 1 yard too.
Shelton is a very good football team. They're 2-0. They beat Fairfield Prep by a field goal. Dan Glenn in motion. Milligan rolling to the far side. Now he's going to throw. And that looks like a complete pass right near a first down even for Duggan. Bob Duggan makes the reception.
Boy.
They're putting it right on the 20. Looks like he needs another foot maybe to get a first down.
They're going to call for the change.
They are going to measure.
Well, boy, I'll tell you.
Well, they did spot it across the 20. I thought he put it right down on the line.
And if it's across the 20, it should be a first.
Well, he's a little bit short.
You may give us two, Coach, with the ice back.
Third down and very short.
Coach, trip, ice back. This is a
third down play, so Hand needs a foot here to keep their drive going. Matt Mesa up over the ball at center. Chad Taylor and Vero Kishwala on the right side. It's a power eye for Hand, their strong run formation. They hand off to Carroll, who wedges right into the middle of the line. He didn't get much, but he didn't need much.
Shelton put the number 77 in right at the nose tackle. He's the guy weighing 350, according to... They expected that exact play, I'd say.
He needed 6 inches, and he gained about 18. First down for Hand across the 20. It's a 21. We have 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Hand is now trailing 20-7. Pitch wide to Darrell Noble. Noble dodges a couple men. Now he's coming to the near side. And a good run, a first down.
Darrell, that is one whale of a good shot of what Darrell can do down there.
Darrell Noble got 11 or 12 on that run.
Man.
And they had him pinned in 2 or 3 times, and he dodged two tacklers in the backfield.
I'll tell you, he must be from Star Wars or Star Trek or something, or he disappears out there on him.
Greg Walby split wide left. Ooh. And now Shelton man jumps offside.
Yeah, we'll take a free 5 yards.
Hand gets 5 on that one. The man right in the middle of the line, looking right at the ball, still jumped offside.
He was reacting to the motion man.
First and 5 for Hand at the 38. Ryan Milligan at the controls, hands off deep to Darrell Noble, who gains about 2 right across the 40, and that's it. He's hit hard right there.
Boy, that backer was just sitting right there waiting for him. I thought there was a hole at first, but wasn't much, was it?
Not much there. Second down and 3 for him. Ball to 41. Milligan hands off to Carroll, and Carroll breaks through to across the 45, first down.
That is a first down.
Gains about 5 yards.
Nice slant move coming across to the right side. Worked very, very well. He had some nice blocking. Good positive effort on that all the way.
Needed 3 yards for first down, gained 5. If Hand can take the ball on down and score, they can be right back in this ball game. Milligan, an option play to the left, and Darrell Noble is covered by about 4 tacklers over there.
Boy, I'll tell you, the man coming in almost going to pick that ball off on it himself. Holy smokes.
That was pitched deep in Hand's backfield, and it's going to be about a 7 or 8 yard loss on that run. And the defense was all over that one.
Yeah, that fooled absolutely nobody. You gotta give the defense much credit for that.
Second down and long. 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Dan Glenn in motion. And that's going to be 5 yards marked off against Hand. Greg Walby raised up early on that one.
Yeah, you could see that very, very plainly from up here. So this is going to be second down and about
a mile and a half.
Mile and a half, yeah. Another way to put that would be 10, 20 yards, a little over 20 yards.
The scoreboard says it's 22. Second and 22.
I'll buy that.
Hand is marching in the wrong direction on this possession. Milligan looking to throw, and Walby goes high and has the ball knocked away from him. Good defensive play.
Yeah, that's one of those that he had to stretch up high for that thing, and He was wide open.
He did bring it down, but the defensive man knocked it away from him before he could get it tucked away.
Right, it was in his hands, and he was. You're right, he was bringing it in.
Connecticut license plate WL53666. The vehicle must be moved.
Wow.
Third down and very long for him.
Well, Hans started on the 10, and they're above the 10, but sort of a little bit like negative progress at the moment.
Again, looking to throw, and now man's got him in the backfield. Sack for another long loss.
Boy, oh boy. It's certainly...
Thrown down clear back about the 23.
Second real deep loss for Hand on that series right there. So somehow or other, Shelton's seeing a way they can get around the Hand blockers.
And we will punt again. Mike Hominick back in punt formation. Matt Mesa, the snapper. And Hominick has had a little problem handling him. That's a good snap. And a good kick.
Oh, he's going to drive it back.
And the man retreats to field it at the 35.
That's a bullshit call.
I saw a penalty mark right at the 50, and it was almost a clip. The man was trying to block from behind there.
I think that's what the call's going to be. Well, that's going to take back a pretty good run-up.
That was a very good return, and I thought Hand had it pinned in over there.
He did, and he got by him all right, I'll tell you. The Shelton team does some of the basics very, very well. In other words, blocking and tackling. Good coverage.
That was not a blatant foul. The man just maybe pushed him a little bit from behind. It wasn't a knockdown from behind. Shelton has the ball. First down at the 40. Just over 4 minutes left in the third quarter, and Shelton has the ball, and they have a 13-point lead. Pitch this time in the backfield, and a good run. Big hole for Shelton, and gained about 11.
He even gained about 4 yards on the knockdown. Holy mackerel.
First down for Shelton. Shelton's tackle there kicks the end man out, and the run cuts back inside of that.
Yep.
This one's run right up the middle, and that man is stacked up. Matt Mason's got a hold of him on the bottom there, and with a little help from his friends.
You bet he does.
That's Kishwalla right on the bottom of that pile.
Super K. Matt Mesa doing a nice job in there.
There are two of the three down linemen. The other one is Dan Anderson on this side.
Tom McLaughlin was in there. Hadn't seen him in tonight too much, but he was in giving somebody a break. You know, when you see tackle, they're running plays like that, and tackles making their blocks.
Quarterback looking to throw down the middle. There's a big receiver there. Complete pass, first down.
A lot of time and wide open again on the seam.
Sullivan and Becker go back to make the tackle.
That's right where the deep men meet with the linebackers as far as the coverage area. And right now it's wide open for him.
He's a big receiver.
He is. He's, again, the weights and measures show 6'2", 225.
First down for Shelton.
Nice touch on the pass.
32. Pitch this time to the left, and there's that kick-out block and a run to the left. And a good gain, finally tackled by Connolly, cut down by Glenn.
Yeah, nice.
And Glenn on the stop.
I mean, a little bit too much of a gain, though. Got to slow it down.
Shelton had a number of coaches at the Fairfield Prep game last week, and they saw what Fairfield did on controlling a ball against Hand late in the game, and they're doing the same thing right at the moment.
Yeah, they certainly are.
Yep. The measurement after that run showed that it was about 6 inches short of a first down, but it's only second down. They got 3 more cracks at it down here. Run up the middle,
right
man still going.
They can't get him.
And finally Connolly is making the tackle. Ryan Connolly has to make the tackle, and he saved a touchdown by hanging on that time.
He did, and he didn't have him by much.
First down for Shelton on the home 12-yard line.
Ball down to the 12. Another first down.
Those backs look bigger than what they're showing in the program, but they're doing the job.
Nate Fisher in on defense. It's going to be a sweep to the right. A lot of blocking out there, but tackle is made. And that's Dan Carroll who came up to meet the play, and he was right in the position where the ball carrier tried to make a cut and slipped.
Yeah, he had to make it sharp enough so that he slipped. This time of night, a lot of times, it gets a little slippery down there in the grass. It's been a beautiful night so far as weather goes.
We would like to have this weather on the Thanksgiving Day game.
Wouldn't we? We'd be very happy with that.
Loss of about 3 yards on that last play. Second down and 13. Need 15 for a touchdown. Pass across the middle or heading for the end zone. Touchdown, Shelton.
Boy, that's
a slant in from the left side.
Oh, yeah. And you notice he's not really running hard. He's given the quarterback plenty of target down there as they're running. Two good receivers out there. Two big targets to look at. Both of them are 6'2". Good hands. They've already shown that.
Shelton did not get their last conversion, and they are going to go for 2 on the conversion try here, leading 26-7. Quarterback looking to throw, and it's a short one across the middle, knocked down, and that's Nick Ricano. No good. The score remained 26-7 with 1.5 minutes left, third quarter.
Well, it took a while for that to take hold, but Shelton was able to punch it through there with some heavy blocking and some good strong running in there. The hand has got to come up. They've got to really rise up to try to get on the board.
The kickoff back to hand after their 4th touchdown of the evening. Duggan is on the far side and Noble is on the near side for the return. And it's hit toward Daryl Noble. It hits and rolls away from him. Finally picked up and dodged one man. And there's an illegal block down there. Inadvertent block from behind as Daryl Noble tried to get it back, but he did dodge 3 tacklers there.
That's a shame. It's going to push him back right again about the 10.
Penalty on the play.
What a shame. Darrow was really trying to do some juking down there to get himself in position and make some run back, but wasn't able to do it. It did cause the clip to happen out there a little bit. It's too bad.
That takes it back to the 10-yard line.
Well, this is where in the last possession they had it right under 10 again, and they got it up to the 50 and then kind of went backwards for a while.
Ryan Milligan hands off to Daryl Noble, who goes right up the middle, and they converge on that play with a short gain.
Nothing really secret about that particular play, just trying to execute.
We're inside of a minute now in the third quarter.
Well, the fans are staying nice and active down there.
Second down and 7 for Hand. Pitch wide to Daryl Noble, who cuts back, and he is hit hard at the 15.
Boy, old Daryl's getting a lot of carries in there, but they're awful hard yards to try to gain.
He had a little opening, but it sure closed quickly. They're down and 4.
A lot of good lateral movement on the linebackers for Shelton.
They're very quick. They have a big line up front and very quick linebackers. Playing 3 down, and the rest of them are linebackers. Handed off right up the middle to Carroll. And Carroll is going to be a little short.
Dan Carroll, the ball carrier, about by the middle of the line at the end of the third quarter.
The third quarter runs out with that play, bringing up a 4th down for Ham. Okay, you can cut it. 4th down, punt formation for Ham. And Cullen Johnson is getting off of the field. Mike Hominick back in punt formation.
Boy, they're not playing anybody very far back.
They don't have the clock set right, I don't believe. We're gonna wait until they get the clock up to 12 minutes for this quarter.
Well, here we are. They're not going for any return at all, Trent.
Fourth down and 3, and Shelton does not drop anybody back. They got 11 men up there looking to rush the punter. It's a good snap by Hominick, and he gets it off, and it should get a pretty good roll out of that. Rolls forward, going to go up near midfield, about the 48.
Hey, Hominick really has a foot that he can put into that thing, but there was nobody back to return, and he didn't get really all he could. He kind of shanked it, unfortunately. It's all part of it. You have to learn in the long run, but he could have gotten that way down the field with a normal boot that he's able to put out there.
Shelton did not want to take a chance on losing the ball to try to field it, so they just let it roll. And the clock is in their favor as we begin the fourth quarter. The score is in their favor, and the clock is running for them. And a run up the middle. Man gains about 7 or 8 yards, and he was slowed up by running into his own blocker.
Almost like his own man was trying to tackle him, but he still was able to get 5 yards after that. And there wasn't a black shirt near him, as a matter of fact.
It was sort of a delay. And Coach Steve Philippone is resting some of his regulars out there a little bit, shuttling people in and out, because Shelton is going to pound the ball right at them, and they know it.
That's exactly it.
One man behind the quarterback this time, and he'll carry the ball.
One wide.
Sweep left.
Come on.
Dan Carroll is not able to make the tackle, and the corner
Becker
is turned very well over there with a lot of blocking ahead of that convoy.
Eric Becker had brought him down from behind, though, as they were stringing it out going across. Eric first got taken down, and then he again followed and pursued nicely out there.
Evan Peterson was in on that tackle.
Yeah, Evan Peterson was over on that far side.
Along with Becker. What we got here, Frank? A flag?
I'll tell you, somebody's got a flag down there. It doesn't show up real well.
I did not see that
Must
flag
have been a
thrown.
bad block. Sure. Yep, holding. Okay.
Uh-huh. Now we know why he turned the corner. There were a lot of blockers out there in front of that.
Timeout. Okay.
Shelton takes their first timeout of the second half with 10:49 left in the game, and Shelton is leading 26-7. After that timeout, that'll bring up second down and about 15.
Well, you normally wouldn't think they're going to be doing any passing, but they're showing kind of a pass
Shelton's
formation.
got 3 receivers to the right, and quarterback is being pursued.
Oh, dangerous.
And he throws it with Matt Mesa hanging on him, and I believe it was Dan Anderson knocked it down, wasn't
Dan Anderson knocked it down. He did. It was right in his hands. He almost had the intercept on that.
That was dangerous to try to throw it in that position.
Matt Mason did a nice job coming in, and what he did, he juked the guy dropping back to block him, and able to close very, very well.
License plate WL5366.
Third down and 15 for Shelton. Split backfield this time, and now a draw. Right up the middle, and a good run, and that ball carrier is a tough man to bring down. Finally, Tim Sullivan hangs on. He's going to be just short of a first down near the 41.
Yeah,
They're going to need 2 yards to keep this going.
And that runner was Marino, a fullback, and he 205 pounds. I don't know if Hans throwing anybody in the field right
Shelton's
now.
Quarterback is also their punter.
Excellent athlete, I'm told.
He throws the ball well, and he can kick it. And he's going to boot a high one. Nobody's back to field that one. It's going to hit and bounce. It bounces back in Hans' direction a little bit at about the 19.
Well, it was some nice, the defense was able to hold him to a punch situation that time, Kent, which is nice to see, helped by a couple of penalties, but nice almost thrown for loss out there by Matt Mesa coming through, which slowed down that whole effort out there.
Sophomore Colin Johnson is getting a chance to play quite a bit in this game. And also James Kingsley has been in and out a number of times.
Yeah, that Colin Johnson, I thought, was injured Well, I guess he is. He's nursing an injury, but he's in there. A lot of underclassmen, as we call these names. A lot of them.
Ryan Milligan still at the controls at quarterback. Motion man is Glenn. Milligan rolling right, looking to throw. There's Duggan. Bob Duggan catches the ball right at the 30, steps out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, he should get his first down. I think he positioned himself so that he only had to take a step. No, I guess not. He said he was out of bounds before that. I thought he was able to get it.
2 yards short.
Hand had two receivers out there that time, and both of them were open.
Second and 2. Dan Anderson is in at fullback.
You got deep release on 21.
And Glenn motion left this time. Milligan rolling left, and there he's going to throw. Complete pass to Duggan on this side, and Duggan's out of bounds with the first down.
Mirror image of the play just a minute ago where Bobby got for 8 yards, and this time he's going to get about 15 on that.
Yeah, he got about 14, 15, it looks like.
Sure.
Up to the 40.
Nice soft pass by Milligan, too. Lay it out there. That's a tough one. You're trying to lay somebody going laterally against or away from you. Nice touch.
Motion.
A tight end.
Milligan is rolling back. McLaughlin's trying to complete pass to Glenn.
Oh, Danny, nice job.
Dan Glenn, a crossing route, it looked like on the far side.
That was a long throw.
Big gain.
34-yard line.
Big gain, and Ryan Milligan did a good job to get that one away. He was being pressured.
He was very, very pressured, and but he kept nice and accurate, and you could see he led Dan just right out there.
Ball down to the 34. We have 9 minutes left in the game. Milligan hands off deep to Darrell Noble. Jukes one man, goes up the middle, and good gain. Gains about 8.
Tackle made by Cruiser.
Nice play call right there. Hand showing pass again, and a little bit of a draw.
Ball spotted about the 26. He gained 8 yards.
Yes. Next play, next play, next play, next play, next play, next play.
Brown Clarence, Connecticut license plate WL5366.
Todd McLaughlin and Nate Fisher, the blockers on the left side of the line. Glenn coming to the left and handed off again to Noble, who is sandwiched there, but he's close to a first down.
Gonna be close. Oh,
they brought that back a full yard where they spotted it. Spotted that one a little short.
Ooh, that's smart.
They only gave him a yard there. 3rd and 1, the ball right at the 25.
Next play, sails for Kleiner. Next play, sails for Kleiner.
And has 2 shots to gain a yard here for a first. And that's the second timeout of the second half, taken by Shelton before the play starts.
Coach, put sails in your nose.
Well, they're not worried about having to save everything to the end of the game. So they're trying to make sure the kids are all on the right page of the playbook.
3rd and 1 for Hand.
Well, they've got their beef right up front. Mr. Nose Tackle, 350 pounds.
Power high this time with Dan Anderson back there blocking. And Carroll is the deep man. Milligan goes forward, and he should have the first down.
Boy, he hit on the yard to go. I think he got the yard, but he didn't get by much.
We'll see if they mark this one like they did the last one. No, they gave him a yard that time.
Boy, they gave it to him.
First down for him.
You can't say they gave it to him. He earned it. He did it the hard way.
On the Shelton 24-yard line.
Got it at 24. We have 7.5 minutes left in the game. Hand is moving the ball, but they need 3 scores.
3 big ones. Whoops.
Milligan hands off to Noble, who is wrapped up, and no gain there.
Tackle made by Steve Darby.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain at all.
None at all. Right there at the line of scrimmage. Didn't fool a soul on the white jersey side.
Darrell Noble is very quick, but he has to have a little space to run.
Well, he's coming from about 7 yards back, and the people on the line are standing pat. They don't have to go anywhere.
21's going to the end zone. 21's going to the end zone.
Duggan is on the far right side with single coverage, and Milligan is rolling right, looking for Glenn. Glenn gets one hand on him but cannot catch it.
Third down, 11 yards to go there, Ken.
3rd and 11.
Oh, if it gets to 4 down here, we might see Jimmy Willis come out.
That time, both Duggan and Glenn were on the right side. Glenn must have come out of the slot position on that one.
He did. Third down and a long ways to go.
3rd and long. Both Glenn and Duggan are on the right side. Walby comes over to the left. Milligan looking to throw, and now he's going down the middle. Incomplete pass, aims for Glenn with coverage right behind him. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Just a little bit high, otherwise Danny would have had that. Just off his fingertips.
4th down for Hand, 4th and long.
Well, Hand is going to try to capitalize here on a 4th and long.
They will go for it.
21.
Really not much they can do other than try a field goal. The field goal won't gain you much.
Milligan looking to throw, and now there's his man. Complete pass to Dan Carroll. Carroll's down near the 10.
Hey, how about that?
That's a 1st down for him. 1st down Hand, and they picked up a 4th and 10.
You know, that's really the play that Shelton ran earlier in the game where they dropped their fullback out, and he made one for a big
It's just inside the 10, so it's 1st and goal.
play pass like that. The fullback really isn't accounted for in the pickup scheme.
Both Duggan and Glenn are to the right. And Milligan hands off to Noble, breaks a tackle, and gets down to about the 5, it looks like.
Boy, nice
Inside
job.
the 5. He's down to about the 3.
Daryl Noble,
Daryl
really.
Noble must have gone low on those last 3 or 4 yards.
I'll tell you, he's almost like he's wearing grease out there too, but you know, he really he's got some pretty good leg strength that he kicks in.
2nd and goal at the 3-yard line for Hand. They're trying to pound it in and pitch wide to Noble. Noble's got a little hole near the goal.
Yes.
They're giving it to him. Touchdown Hand. Daryl Noble cut it back, and right in front of that blocking was Kishwalla.
Kishwalla was pushing about 3 guys in front of him, going down there doing a nice job.
Daryl Kishwalla was a straightforward push into the end zone, and Noble followed it in for Hand's 2nd score.
Well, you know, it's still the fact that Hand's behind is really a shame. We obviously don't like to see that. But that particular play series was one you could feel pretty good about. And in a rebuilding year, Ken, you got to look for things like that to hang your hat on and get some positive with.
Hand lined it up to go for 2. They got their 2 receivers to the left. And a stoppage of play. Hand takes a timeout before the play gets started. The conversion try has 3 receivers floated to the left. Daryl Noble's in the slot. Milligan's rolling left, looking for somebody. And catch is made out of bounds. Bob Duggan caught the ball, but he was out of the end of the edge of the end zone.
Simply ran out of real estate down there, Ken.
Wasn't enough room there. So the score now is 26-13 with 5:25 left on the clock.
I don't know. Well, Shelton has their hands team, and they're expecting
Shelton is expecting an onside kick, aren't they?
They sure are.
We'll see if Willis kicks it away or if he kicks it short. And he's going to kick it short. It's still on the ground, and it's covered by Shelton. It's down about the 42.
What he tried to do there, a lot of times you see him going laterally with the kick and stuff, but he just kicked it straight away, but very slowly. He didn't put a lot into it, tried to squirt it along, make it bounce a bit. Didn't quite work. Hand was almost there. It's always a gamble. Which way do you do it?
Shelton with the ball back, and what they will try to do is use a lot of clock. And it's a delay, and the man cuts to the left side. He's being wrapped up on the far sideline. That looks like Dan Carroll.
Dan Carroll, nice tackle.
Carroll tackles him at the 45 after a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, I thought that was going to go for a lot more than that, the way it was starting to shake out there. They let Hand kind of penetrate, and then they brought the running back in, and he was able to be brought down by Danny there. Good job.
I know it's number 51 for Hand. McLaughlin is playing the linebacker spot. And ball carrier meets a lot of resistance over there, but does gain a little yardage. Glenn Anderson,
yep.
They're in on the tackle.
Kano was over there. Good pursuit. This is the kind of game like we were saying a few minutes ago. The coach, the scores against you, but the coaches have to look for some positive things. Of course, they'll be beating them up pretty badly, too.
They're down in 3, and Hand needs to stop this one if they can get the ball back with 4 minutes left.
Always want to try to make it a little more respectable.
It's a run up the middle, and he's not going to make it. Ryan Connolly meets his man in the backfield. Rolls forward, gains a yard, and that's it.
Nice
4th down.
Excellent tackle.
Craig Taylor into the game, 91.
Yep. Sullivan comes out.
Shelton takes their last timeout before this. It's a 4th down play here, Frank, and they're going to go for it, it looks like. Maybe they're just going to try to pull Hand offside. That's what they're going to do. They're going to try to pull Hand offside and take the penalty, delay of game. They're not going to snap it.
Exactly.
They're not going to snap it.
Nice discipline on Hand. The Tigers did well. They tried to bait him, but it didn't work.
Now they'll punt it.
Boy, we can see our breath down here now. Friday night football being shown on Monday night with Madison Cable TV.
This is still September, right?
Still September.
To return this punt are Noble and Duggan, and this is a good punter. And he hits another very high punt toward Darrell Noble, and he has no chance to do anything with that. And it's going to roll a long ways, clear down to the 6 or 7.
6 or 7, yeah. That was a 15 to 20-yard roll on that. It's too bad.
That punt looked like a college punt. It was very high, and the coverage was right there. If Noble had tried to catch that and run with it, he'd have been nailed in his tracks.
No, he would have had to fair catch that, if anything, which is too bad he wasn't able to do, but he had to make the decision, which he did. And his deep boy, that had an awful high climb on that. That would have even been almost above the stands at the Illini Stadium, wouldn't it there, Ken?
Something like that. 3 minutes left, and with the ball to 7, deep in their own territory. Ryan Milligan trying to throw across the middle, and that's Glenn, complete pass. Dan Glenn wrestled down after about a 18-yard gain.
Really, they've been using Dan a lot tonight, too. Of course, they've gone, like you said, to Duggan in prior games a lot more, but Dan's showing some real good hands tonight. Even if it ends up being a losing cause, he's gotten some good experience.
Carroll and Walby back in on this play. Duggan to the left. Walby and Glenn are both to the right side. Milligan looking to throw again, and there's a man wide open. Complete pass to Carroll. Carroll's over to the 41. Gain of another 15 yards.
Move the sticks again for another 1st down. Sort of what you're seeing, I think, is a little bit of a prevent defense out there. But you'll take whatever you can to bring it down here. You know that Hand's going to try.
There are only 2.5 minutes left in the game, but Hand, opponents of Daniel Hand's football team know that they're going to play hard all the way, and it's a complete pass to Dan Anderson down near midfield. He gets just across midfield near another 1st down. Gain about 9.
Danny's a good runner on his own. He did an awful lot of the carrying last year as a freshman. So he gets his hands on the ball, gets any open room at all, he can go with it.
They're going to give him 10 yards on that on a first down across midfield with 2 minutes left. Duggan and Glenn split to the right. Milligan will probably roll out right. Good blocking from the one man, and Milligan lets it go long. It's out of bounds down near the 20. There is a flag down on the down here near the 45 to 50.
That's usually a position where there's a hole. I didn't see it at all.
That's a defensive holding.
Oh.
So that will move Hand. Clock is stopped with 1:50 left in the game. Hand would need a miracle to pull this out, but they're moving the ball on Shelton.
Well, and as I said, again, it's one of the things you need to look at is you get some positive effort. You knew the Shelton was good. They were a much more senior team, a bigger team. But if the young men can come together and work hard, get some positive experience, it's only going to help in another year. A lot of underclassmen up there by Hand.
First down for Hand at the 39. You got 3 receivers flooded to the right, and Dan Anderson blocking over there. Pass out of bounds, aiming for Bob Duggan. Bob Duggan went down and cut toward the sideline. Glenn went deep.
They've got Dan Anderson, who's in there as a blocking back to give Brian a little bit of help. He's coming out right now, but he did a real nice job picking up the stinting quarterback coming in that time.
Colin Johnson and Dan Carroll are back in. They got Darrell Noble in the slot right, 3 receivers on the right side. And as they're cut back to the near side, Darrell Noble came out of the slot and came back toward the middle, but he had no place to go.
Yeah, but we don't see that play very much either from him. Didn't work, didn't get anywhere.
That will be Hand's second time out of the second half. They have 1 left. Okay. Third down coming up. 3rd and 8 for Hand. Ball at the 38. Milligan looking to throw. Complete pass to Bob Duggan. Out of bounds. Got a first down.
Just a little button hook there, but it's been effective. We've got several first downs out of that play again.
And Bob Duggan made sure that he had enough yardage. He went deep enough to get the first down. He was a yard deeper than he needed to be.
You're seeing some good maturing of Brian Milligan in this game here on a passing. He's looking well. He's not overthrowing the ball very much.
First down for Hand at the 28. Milligan looking to throw again. Incomplete pass. Aiming for Dan Carroll.
Well, to get extra receivers out there, both Carroll and Noble went out that time. As well as...
it had to be a quick pass because Milligan didn't have much blocking.
Oh, he didn't have much blocking. Well, you don't. Also, when you float everybody out like that, you have to rely on your interior linemen to do all the blocking you're after. Colin Johnson coming up.
To Shelton's credit, they are shuttling in some new players, too. 2nd and 10 for Hand. Milligan looking to throw straight back. Oh, that one got away from him. Intercepted, but the man's knee was down when he caught it. That ball plain slipped out of his hand, Frank. I saw him try to throw, and his arm went forward and the ball went up.
That's really too bad. Oh, they're just gonna... Somebody's got to win, right?
There's 1 minute and 15 seconds left, and all Shelton has to do is kill the clock.
They can do it by just taking a knee, although I kind of don't think they'll do that.
They had 3 wide receivers, but they will run up the middle, and a good run by the tailback who gains about 7 or 8. That takes it inside of a minute.
That keeps the clock running. Hands taking their last time out.
That should be his last timeout. With 45 seconds left in the game. Second and 2, but more importantly, the clock is down to 45 seconds. So Shelton will probably just kill the ball. They are going to run to the left side. Got a first down. Number 22 in there for Hand made the tackle, and 22 is Mark Bergami.
Nice tackle. Basics. Head straight ahead. Took him on the belt buckle and brought it down. Good job by Mark out there.
And the clock is continuing to roll down to half a minute.
Break him down, David.
They'll run one more play in this game.
Should be it.
Hey, David, take the clock from me. I'll take the wire.
And the quarterback takes a knee with 20 seconds left and will not have to take another snap. Well, the second game, or the third game of the year, Frank, is a victory for Shelton of the Valley over Daniel Hand, 26-13. But Hand played them pretty tough.
Played them tough when you take out the miscue in the very first series.
Yeah, they gave him a touchdown on the first minute and a half.
Really only a one-touchdown game, and that changes an awful lot of strategy when you're playing differently than that. But you also have to look at the situation that Hand lost to Fairfield Prep by basically 2 touchdowns, and Shelton beat Fairfield Prep by a field goal. So you can almost say a little improvement. I think there was a lot of improvement. They were very heavily outweighed on the front line, a lot more experience out there for Shelton team, but the Hand players, a lot of underclassmen coming through.
Ryan Milligan sort of came of age in this game. Exactly. He did a very good job of running his team and throwing passes.
Yes, picking out his receivers and getting the ball there the right way. I did. I think exactly as you're saying, Kent, that if nothing else, this became a very good maturing game for Ryan. And that can only be well for further on the season and actually in next year, since Ryan's only a junior.
So that takes Hand's record to 1 win and 2 losses. Next week they play away at Derby, and then they're home the week following. So next week at